Hi, this is actually movie 7 for the Pen and Path assignment, which is going to show how I want an extra one turned in color. So this is your file, pretend it's your file, at the end of when you finished all of the black strokes, okay? So you can see I can turn on and off my black strokes. Now I turned off the template layer, but just leave it there. Lock it and turn it, the other layer, the drawing layer, back on and click to it. Now this is as simple as this could be. Watch how I can just toggle open this triangle and see all the shapes that have to do with these shapes. So there's a couple ways you can select every single shape, okay? You could use the regular selection tool and just click on the first one. And you see when I clicked on that first one, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit on it now, okay? But before I do, I want to toggle to a new, to the finished file that I did. So I'm going to go Command tilde, which is the T above the tab key, and I have that one opened. So see how I colored them all. You don't have to color it like mine. Just pick any colors you want, and I'll show you even how to change those colors, okay? And then I'm going to show you where to turn it in, and then I'm going to come back and show you how to change a few things to gradients if you want, just to play with them. But this is all I require. And again, they don't have to be colored like this. You can color them any way you want to. I just don't want pattern colors. I don't want any pattern fills. If I were to put a pattern in there, I could actually go up and get a pattern in a palette here that would allow me, here I have pattern options right there, and I could go up and actually fill it with patterns, and I really don't want to do that. Like these silly patterns here are already patterns that are there. So if I had the fill in the front, look at how I could actually put a pattern in that. I don't want you to use these silly patterns here. Okay, so I'm going to Command Z back twice. All right, so I'm going to go to toggle Command tilde to the one that you're working on. So here is the one you're working on. I'm just going to click this top piece, and I want you to see how when I click this piece in, and I want you to get used to the layer palette. Look at the layer palette, how I could click each one of these radial buttons, and do you see how as I move up, the shapes are moving down? It's because the top one was the first one I created, and then every other shape is created on top of that. So I don't care if you use the selection tool and click on the shape, or if you use the radial buttons in the layer palette. Both, it's the same way. So let's stop with the top shape. Just click it, and then just click a fill. Make sure the fill is in the front, not the stroke. I'll say that again. Make sure the fill up here is in the front. So make sure it's the active one. So there's your first one. Now look at how you could click to the second one. Open your Swatches palette. Under Window there is Swatches right down here. Open it. I've shown it by large icons. Okay, I went in here and I said medium thumbnail view. I could even go to large thumbnail view if I wanted, but medium is fine for me. So now I'm going to click on the second piece. I could click on another color. I could click on the third one, and I could click on another color. Click on the fourth one and click on another color. So I'll just keep on going, and then I'll make a decision whether I even like these colors or not. So look at how I could I just want you to get used to using the Swatches palette and then filling with stuff, and look at how it's just so simple to go color this. I mean, it only took me a few minutes to do that, and I'm just using the default swatches in order to fill. Okay, so I'll just keep on going till I'm done, and then I'm going to alter some, and I'll put them in a I'll use gradients on a couple. Okay, now I'm just going to go use a light purple. I'm going to use like a light purple for this one, and then I'll go darker purple on the bottom. That's fine. Okay, now you would save as, don't just save it. So go to File, Save As, add the word colored in the name. Don't take away the AI, but add the word colored in the name. Now I'm going to put in here color demo. You wouldn't use the, because I don't, don't want to cover the first one I did. So the first one I just had the word colored in it. You can even see it in here. I even have the word colored in here. Okay, if you can look in this window right there. But I'm going to put in here color demo. So I have my finished one and I have the color demo. Now, if I bring over canvas, you can see how in the week 2 module, just turn it in as well. If you turned in the first one to this Guide to Pen and Path assignment Dropbox, just click it and turn in the second one, the one that was colored. And then you're done. That's it. So if you want to, you could stop this movie right now and just go ahead and color them. But what if you wanted some gradients? So I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to click this, and let's change this one to a gradient that goes with a couple of the orange colors. I'll show you how to do it. So you know that I used this, look at this color swatch for this one, and I used this color swatch I used this color swatch for the bottom one. Well, on the bottom one, I'm going to click the black and white gradient right there. See how I got a gradient to fill inside of there? Now I have my gradient palette open and I'm bringing it up here. If I want to, look at how the dark color is on the right over here, and the light color in the gradient is also on the left. Okay, and it matches. I don't have to stay in that left to right thing. If I grab the gradient tool, which is the G key, watch how I could go one way with it, see? Or drag this way. Or look, since this is the active one, I don't have to drag over it. I could drag up here and it still goes the right way. I could go down with it. I could go up with it. So I want you to understand that when you use the gradient tool, your first click is going to be the left-hand side of this palette right over here. Let me Command Z back. Your second click is going to be where the right-hand side is, or your let go click. So if you want to go on an angle, I know it's going to go from the white color to the black color going in that direction, or in this direction. But I'm going to have it go from left to right, and I'm going to pick up, look at what I'm doing, pick up that pink and drop it right over the white, or this peach color. Now I'm going to pick up the darker peach color and put it over the black one. See how I've changed the color. Now what if I wanted this color right over here? Look, I'm pointing to that color right here. That's the same color that is right there. I'm going to double click it and look at how I could make it more intense just by raising up the slider bars. See how I'm putting more magenta and more black in it. So you can play whatever game you want. You could even add a third color. Watch how I can take it and move it to the left. Now, I'm going to click a new one. Look, I'm clicking a new one right by this light one because I want another light color. But look what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to move it over. I'm grabbing it and I'm going to move it over to the other side. And now I have kind of a fun little gradient going from light to dark to light. And if I wanted to change direction, just use the G key and make it any direction you want. Okay, play with it. That's kind of why we're doing this assignment. So, however you want to turn it in, let me hit Command 0 to go to full screen. However you want to turn it in is totally up to you. You could use gradients, just don't use these silly fills, okay? Obviously, you could even make it into a fun gradient. Whoops. I'm going to zoom in again. Look at this fun gradient. As soon as I clicked it, it has a whole bunch of color swatches in different colors. Now, kind of a cool thing to show you with it still selected. What if you didn't want this green in there? Just pull it down and it'll come right out of the color. See that? See how cool that is? Let me pull down the dark blue and look at if I pull it out of it, I now have that. So totally up to you. I don't care how you turn it in. I just want you to have some fun with it. Okay? Thanks.